Hello, YouTube and X. It's your main man, BTM here, bringing you back to the BTM Crypto News Network. And as you can see, things are starting to take off for XRP. And I hate being the I told you so guy, but I definitely remember telling you just be patient. And also that the crypto the Clarity Act is not passing anytime soon, right? And these guys are talking about they're probably going to delay it for another couple of months. It might not even happen. There's a vote coming. If it doesn't happen at what is this? If it doesn't happen before May, it's not going to happen. So I don't know. Um, I was looking at a video earlier. This guy says it might be postponed to 2030 if it doesn't come down today. So I don't know, but I'm telling you now, this is what we have been waiting for. It is finally happening. I don't know what to do, but I can tell you this is what we have been waiting on. I don't know how and why or what triggered this, but it appears XRP is doing what we knew it would, right? And I'm glad we stocked up what we can. Like I was telling you guys for so long, make sure you get in before the movement starts. Because once it starts, it ain't really a whole lot you can do, right? Just ride the wave all the way up. And as you can see, things are going crazy. And just trying to get some stuff set up. I was running late today. I wasn't expecting everything to happen so fast, but we're definitely in a good place right now, guys. ZBCN's pumping, XRP is pumping. Pretty much everything we have been waiting for is on and popping. So thanks for joining on this Thursday, which is Friday Eve. And thanks for all the support. You guys have been here the whole time. And I was telling you guys, XRP, XRP. And the crazy thing is, the XRP conference hadn't even started yet, right? XRP Vegas ain't even kicked off. So, with everything going on, XRP Vegas might be the catalyst to set everything all the way on fire, right? We've kind of warming up, but it did not the heck is this? It did not get started yet. Okay, that's weird. It is not started. It is just getting underway, but we will see. What the hell is this? Sorry, I'm looking at something. This doesn't, I don't know what this is. Uh, okay, maybe this came to the wrong person. I don't understand what the freak is going on here. But either, either way it go, bro, we are live. We are all the way live. Let's start the screen share and see what we can see. First off, big shout out to uh Caleb and Brown. Caleb and Brown will be at the XRP Vegas, and the XRP Vegas is going crazy. We're already pumping, so you can only imagine if things continue, if the geopolitical thing is solved, and we are continuing to pump. I don't know what we can do, but I do know it's going to get all the way live sooner than later. But thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and super chat. So, as always, Caleb and Brown gives you 24/7 support. gives you a one-on-one broker, and also takes you from nowhere to understanding crypto, and also self-custody, so you don't have to worry about getting your crypto, logging in, your foreign keys, your passwords. They do self-custody the crypto. And they're probably going to have a major announcement at XRP Vegas as well. So let me know what you guys think about that. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I got a series of quick shorts, and then we'll get into it.
Check it out, Crypto Hulk Show. We've got this about Ripple. We've got the news about Ripple. Look at this. The XRP ledger adds, listen to this, zero knowledge proofs, targeting institutional privacy. You know why crypto's been taking so long to go? The institutions are held back, institutional adoption, because they didn't have privacy. You could see who said and what. That's all going to disappear. You might see something where you know Bank of America's wallet, but you ain't going to see how much money is being moved. This is what we've been waiting for all this time. Institutions jump in. This is what we got. My name's Crypto Hawk. I'm going to be showing you how everything is being set up. Every day on Crypto Hawk channel, I show you, everybody, it's coming. The prices are low. That means it's time to buy. And then when the prices go to the moon, that's when it's time to sell. This is Crypto Hulk Show right there. Absolutely amazing. All these banks, they're going to jump right on in. This is your last chance to get cheap crypto. For those that don't understand, pity the soul. I pity the soul. This is Caleb Brown right here. Institutional custody. The top 2,400 banks and institutions all around the world use Fireblocks. That's what Caleb Brown's got. This is Crypto Hulk. He's the star of the show right there. You can get your Caleb Brown right there. Your Crypto Hulk law firm. We have our own law firm to keep weirdos from trying to sue us because they ain't going to get it. This law firm will protect your crypto from, some people say, the government trying to spy on who owns what, but I can't get into all that. I'm not supposed to talk about it. But that's how we protect our crypto from those people. Right here, let's go with 6:45 a.m. Pacific time right there on YouTube. Follow that address.
So shout out to the Crypto Hawk. And next short is... wait, is this even English?
RP só vai descansar na extensão dessa LTB, linkando todos esses topos descendentes lá no patamar entre 1,50,
So we're not watching that one. So this is why XRP was originally called XNS. I'm not even sure what this guy's been talking about, but let's watch this one real quick.
This riddle is the riddle of the Sphinx in Egypt, making the Sphinx the ultimate symbol of riddling. And it's why riddlers in the XRP community, like Mr. Poole, have referenced it many times. Not to mention, it's also one of the most iconic threshold guardians that exists, the very thing Bearable Guy 123 secretly represents. Well, just wait till you see this. We already know Ripple loves to riddle. And we know the true goal of crypto is to bring forth the golden age, to make industry more sustainable by bringing it into balance with nature. And we know the golden ratio, otherwise known as the Greek letter phi, P-H-I, symbolizes this balance. We also know the golden ratio was baked into XRP and Ripple from the beginning. It's directly embedded into Ripple's logo. XRP hit its all-time high on the one day that represents it for a century, January 6, 2018. And even Bearable Guy's first 589 meme is him standing directly in front of the UN Secretariat building, which was in fact built to perfectly exemplify the golden ratio. Okay, well, did you know this? XRP was originally called OpenCoin, right? But it had a different name for an even shorter amount of time, right before it was changed to XRP.
Oh my God, XRP has another...
Here's Arthur Brito's GitHub commit naming it XNS on June 2nd, 2012. And here's Jed McCaleb's GitHub commit changing it to XRP on November 4th, 2012. Anyway, apparently the official reason it was called XNS is because X is the standard first character when a currency isn't issued by any country, and NS simply stands for new coins. But is that really the only reason? Because you know what's a little too coincidental about that? Somehow, when you add the letters X and S to the golden ratio phi, PH, and I, you get the incredibly rare letter combination that spells Sphinx, the only word that can be spelled with those letters. I mean, seriously, what are the chances, you guys? The coin with riddling and the golden ratio infused into its soul was originally called the three letters that combine with the golden ratio phi to spell the ultimate symbol of riddling, Sphinx? You just can't make this stuff up. Shout out to Thomas Love for that find.
Okay, that was a little more deeper than I thought. We're keeping it moving. Let's see what this guy has to say.
Partnership, almost $1 trillion fucking dollars. Woo! Obviously being sarcastic. You motherfuckers wake up. I mean, how can you look at this coin and all of the partnership and literally think in your head that it's not going to hit all-time highs again, and that somehow $3 is the most that this is ever going to go to? You guys are out of your fucking mind. Every single day there's another partnership. Every single day we're inching closer to an all-time high. Good things take time, and with the market being down, you gotta lock the fuck in. Oh my God, XRP has another partnership. Almost $1 trillion fucking dollars. Woo! Obviously being sarcastic. You motherfuckers wake up. I mean, how can you look at this coin and all of the partnership and literally think in your head that it's not going to hit all-time highs again, and that somehow $3 is the most that this is ever going to go to? You guys are out of your fucking mind. Every single day there's another partnership. Every single day we're inching closer to an all-time high. Good things take time, and with the market being down, you gotta lock the fuck in. Oh my God, XRP.
A little more cussing than I prefer, but I definitely understand his point. That's what I've been saying the whole time, bro. It's only a matter of time before it peaks and goes crazy.
Complaint I get in my inbox and comments about XRP is, how come the price hasn't moved yet? Grab a paper and pen. Hopefully I can share some things with you that can completely shift your mindset. So when Apple first went public in 1980, the share price was around 10 cents. Now, if you adjust that for the splits, Apple didn't really hit its first real breakout until nearly 25 years later. Amazon IPO'd in 97. It was around $1.50 a share, and it took Amazon almost 2 decades to become the $1 trillion giant that it is today. Now ask yourself this: why do you expect a brand new global financial system to develop overnight? XRP is not a meme coin, guys. It's an institutional settlement asset. And unlike Apple and Amazon and many other companies, XRP had to deal with things that nobody ever has to face in business. A multi-year SEC lawsuit that drained almost $500 million, regulatory battles around the world, banking infrastructures that needed upgrades, transitioning from an old legacy. So the number one complaint I get in my inbox and comments.
And of course, it has not mooned yet. Let's see what Jake has to say. A lot of freaking shorts today. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, crypto is back. Let's get it.
We could get our XRP taken like FDR took gold. What if that happens? They can't take it from you. This is some fear mongering that's been put out for a long time. And I was part of the valuation committee with Jimmy Valley. Okay. He put all that together in case that happens so that you get a fair value for it. They don't need your XRP. They don't care about us. If a couple people get rich, they don't care. There's only 16 billion XRP on exchanges. The most of that is for the exchanges. It's not even for retail. Uphold probably has the most retail XRP, have around 5 billion XRP held by retail on their platform. And again, they were around the whole time that the SEC lawsuit was going on. It's really the only place you could buy it. So all that being said, they can't freeze it. They can't claw it back. It's the native asset on that chain. They don't care. Government.
And as he says, right, I've been hearing that too a lot, that they're going to take it and the government's going to seize it. And he's right, bro. I don't even have my XRP on exchange anymore. And I would tell you guys to get off the exchange as well, just in case they do try to do something slick. They can't have mine. but keeping it moving.
As one of the fastest and most scalable cryptocurrencies in the world today.
A whopping $76 billion in payments are sent through a vast network of banks every day. Ripple is a tech company in San Francisco that wants to help banks move that cash from point A to point B faster and more cheaply. Ripple wants to do that by utilizing a digital token called XRP.
But did you also know that it was designed to operate at $10,000 per coin?
So is Ripple the next big breakout coin?
What Ripple really is going after is the SWIFT network, or international payment transfer. So what you're talking about here is an upgrade of the international financial system. And that's a very big market.
The obvious question you might be asking now is, can it go that high? Let's find out. You might know XRP as one of the fastest and most scalable cryptocurrencies in the world today.
A whopping $76 billion in payments are sent.
So what do you guys think? Do you think it can go to 10,000? If it goes to 10,000, bro, I don't know, man. I might have to buy Saudi Arabia or something, man. I don't know what we're going to do. But let me know in the comments. We're going to get a clarity pump. Let's freaking go. Rolling with Toshi. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm just telling you the way it's going. I don't think there's going to be a lot happening with the Clarity Act, right? And with us pumping without the clarity, you're right. If we do get clarity, bro, we are going to be golden. But I don't know what to tell you. But here we go again.
The same way all of this is going to work on chain, because I saw it coming, and I want to be able to tokenize the hedge fund and the XRP that we have there. We have about $400 million worth of XRP in the hedge fund being put to work right now, earning returns for clients through the strategies that we have. So we reflect that off of exchange. So it stays in institutional custody. It gets mirrored off exchange, and then we draw a line of credit against it or margin to be able to trade that in a market neutral strategy. With a pseudo account, it works the same way. We work with really good tax advisors and CPAs. We've structured our hedge fund the same way all of this is going to work on chain, because I saw it coming, and I want to be able to.
So shout out to Jake. I'm going to keep this one because I want to go back to that actually with the hedge funds and structuring so you can borrow against your XRP. And this is Stefan is crypto. That might buy me a couple minutes.
What's up, XRP holders, guys? Is this the big move that we have all been waiting for? Or are we all getting fooled right now once again by XRP, by crypto? I will talk about this big move that is right now happening here for XRP. Is it a fake out? Can we trust this move? What are the price targets in the short term? What is my strategy, guys? This is what I want to show you. Don't forget, smash up the like button if you're still here, if you appreciate these crazy views here right in the sky, guys. Incredible, right? And let's get straight away into this video. So guys, what you can see right here is XRP on the weekly time frame. And yesterday we spoke about this potential upcoming breakout that we were expecting here for XRP. And the question is this already the breakout that we have been waiting for? Or is this once again a fake out? And are we all getting fooled? And will we go much lower? So first off, guys, you need to understand that this is the weekly time frame. So we need to wait for this weekly candlestick to close above $1.40 approximately. If that happens, then yes, the breakout is then confirmed, and I will give you the price targets in a minute because there's another price target that I want to show you, not the one that I talked about yesterday. And on the other hand, if we break lower, so if we close this weekly candle, I would say below $1.30 for XRP, then yes, unfortunately, I expect lower prices. I will share the targets with you in a minute. But now the question is, what do I expect? Do I think that this is a fake out, or do I think that this could be, let's say, the early signs of a legit breakout here for XRP? Well, guys, if we look at everyone in the market right now, you know that everyone is bearish. Not everyone is going to make money, unfortunately, in this market. Typically, 99% is on the wrong side and will lose in this market. So personally, I'm betting against this. I'm betting against these people. Personally, I'm much more in favor of a break to the upside. But once again, for me to confirm this, we need to wait for this candle to close above 140 on the Sunday. If that happens, then the first price target that I'm looking out for here for XRP is between 185 and 190. You can see support over here in December, support over here in April, and much more support points. So I can tell you one thing, guys. 185, 190 will definitely provide resistance. We are not going to fly up just in one go. Most likely not. I mean, I hope so, but most likely not. So just pay attention to that area as well. But let's say you open a long position right here. This could be a huge and lucrative move if you use leverage. I am personally doing that. I keep the leverage low, but you can see that this is already 30% without leverage. So that is absolutely massive. Eventually in the next couple of weeks or so, I do think that XRP could hit the target, which is around $3.63, which is the top side of the wedge, but only if the breakout is confirmed. And guys, my strategy is very simple. I'm already opening up long positions. I'm gonna open up new positions on XRP, on other altcoins. I'm sharing these positions over in my Patreon. Check it out, link down below. The entries, the take profit levels, all of that stuff. So if you want to know that, definitely check it out. And if you want to buy or trade your crypto, check out Ubit, check out Phoenix, links down below. Just click register, deposit, and claim these bonuses for free. And guys, if we break below $1.30 for XRP, then I'm looking out for a retest potentially of the area around 75 cents. Huge rejection over here in 2023 and also multiple rejections in 2024. But for now, once again, that is the less likely outcome in my personal opinion. I want to thank you guys for watching, for the support. Smash up the like button, and I see you very soon with another one. Bye-bye.
Yeah, sorry about that. Ran over a little bit. Getting back to it. This is the BTM Crypto News Network. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, this is All In on Crypto. Asia's richest billionaire reveals
how much cash do you have?
He holds 100% in XRP and crypto with zero fiat exposure. I don't care what the price is. Conviction is this level changes the game. Conviction at this level changes the game. This is how generational wealth is built. XRP is the bet. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
So, CD, you don't have fiat.
No.
Like, if I was to ask you, how much cash do you have?
I have very little cash. I don't have this thing. It's like a card, right? So this is my interface to fiat. So it's like a Visa card. When I swipe, the merchant gets fiat. The crypto in my BNB in my account gets deducted in real time. I don't care what the price is. I just spend on any day the price at any day. That works for me.
So you are hedging always against somebody else's monetary policy is not affecting you.
The monetary policies don't affect us.
You are outside the system.
we're outside the fiat system. We're in the crypto system. The crypto system has more volatilities versus fiat, depending on how you view it. But if you benchmark yourself in crypto, you don't care. It's just that your spending power changes from day to day. But I can tolerate the volatilities. That doesn't bother me. If I look at the long term, like 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, crypto's going up.
And that's what we've been saying the whole time, bro. We are early to the market, guys. This is just the beginning. We're not even really in the market yet, right? We are so early, it's ridiculous. But let me know what you guys think about that as well. And let me see. You guys should be crazy excited. I don't know. I'm not feeling the warm and fuzzies that I should be feeling. I should be seeing more crazy excitement, I guess. I don't know. I don't understand what's going on. But I do know this is just the beginning with XRP. Vegas coming up, bro. I got to get to Vegas. I don't know. XRP. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs. XRP holders are either about to feel like geniuses, damn right, or they're about to open Twitter and see 12 rocket emojis and immediately make terrible life choices. Definitely. And I told you guys ahead of time, make sure you have a plan, please. If XRP goes to 10,000, which I seriously doubt, right? I mean, let's not get crazy. It goes to 10,000, right? And let's say you guys had 100 XRP times. So 100 XRP times 10,000 is $1 million with just 100. And I know you guys got more than 100 just for grins. What is 500? What is that? 5 million? Yeah, it'd be like 5 million if you guys had 500. And I know some of you guys are in the thousands. Okay, because today Ripple dropped a move out of South Korea that is not just random partnership of the week headline. This is one of those stories where the stop and go and hold on. This is actually real world blockchain use, like actual grown up finance people in suits doing bond settlement, not just somebody changing their profile pic to a laser-eyed frog. And I wonder what that announcement was. And let me see, trying to size this screen here. Give me a couple of seconds. What the come on. Why is this not stupid screen? Okay, there we go. Now I need to get that. Okay, there we go. And at the exact same time, the Clarity Act is back in the conversation, which means markets is once again smelling something that loves more than coffee, memes, and fake insider tweets combined, regulatory progress. So today we're breaking it down, what Ripple just did in Korea, why this could matter for XRP utility and broader crypto ecosystem, what the Clarity Act does, and whether this is real momentum or just another case of crypto getting excited because somebody in Washington used a complete sentence. Hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get to it. So drop your location in the chat, drop your XRP, how long you've been holding it, if you're feeling brave, and most importantly, drop 1 if you think XRP is undervalued right now. Drop 2 if you think XRP holders have been saying this is the big one for roughly the last 17 centuries. Also, quick disclaimer, this is not financial advice. This is crypto YouTube. We are here to analyze, laugh, cope, and occasionally be right by accident. And that's for sure, bro. That is for damn sure. Right by accident every once in a while. All right, let's start with the headline that got everybody's attention. On April 15th, 2026, Ripple announced a partnership with Kyobo Life Insurance to pilot South Korea's first tokenized government bond settlement blockchain using the Ripple custody. Ripple said the goal is to move bond settlement from old school T+2 process to near real-time settlement. This is not just a random pilot headline. This is Ripple attaching itself to a serious capital market use case. Let's see if we can find the article actually. I can pull this up on Google. And here it is. Booyah. And this is today, actually. So, sorry. Ripple partners with Korea's Kyobo Life to tokenize government bond settlements. The deal is Ripple's first with a Korean insurer and targets near real-time settlement Korean treasuries. Through the release stops short of committing to life volume or timeline. What to know? Ripple has partnered with, I think that's Kyobo. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. I haven't heard it before. Life insurance to pilot tokenized settlement in Korean government bonds using Ripple custody platform, aiming to shorten standard 2T cycle to near real time. The agreement, framed as a strategic pilot rather than a full production, will also assess the technical and regulatory feasibility of a broader tokenized treasury settlement and explore stablecoin based payment rails. The Kyobo deal deepens Ripple's post SEC pilot push into Asia's institutional infrastructure, adding to recent custody and payment partnerships in Japan. Singapore and the UAE amidst rapid regional progress on digital asset regulation. Ripple said this week it partnered with the Kyobo Life Insurance, one of Korea's. Let's see if this is actually the same article here. Largest life insurance to tokenize government bond settlements using firm custody platform. According to release, the arrangement is that Ripple's first with a Korean insurance institution is positioned as a step forward in pressing Korea's standard T+2 bond settlement cycle in real-time execution. The announcement does not specify transaction size or go live date, or Korean government bond series will be settled on chain. Both parties describe the arrangement as a strategic partnership that will also assess the technical and regulatory feasibility and the broader tokenization treasury settlement language that typically indicates a pilot framework rather than a production infrastructure. Kyobo Life will also explore stablecoin based payment rails through Ripple. The release said without specifying the stablecoin or timeline, the deal adds to the growing set of institutional tokenization efforts across Asia where regulators in Korea, Japan, Hong Kong, and Singapore have moved faster than the U.S. counterparts in building framework for regulated digital assets. And that's what I've been screaming, guys. Kyobo. Thank you, Everton. Clarity will pump Zebek. Thank you, Everton. But that's what I was telling you guys. These guys are messing around, and we are getting further and further behind with crypto, right? For us to be the crypto capital, we ain't really doing a whole lot because all this stuff that's bogging us down in the Europe or Iran and the oil is bogging us down from crypto because clearly Japan, Tokyo, Korea, Singapore are going crazy in crypto, and we are sitting around losing out to other countries because these guys are too greedy to pass the freaking Clarity Act. And it's getting further and further behind instead of pushing to where we should be. So what does this actually mean? So now let's translate from corporate PR language into normal human English. So what does it exactly mean? It means Ripple is involved in testing blockchain rails for settling government bond transactions faster, more transparently, with less manual friction. Instead of the usual slow legacy back office dance, paperwork, reconciliation delays, people emailing spreadsheets, there absolutely should not be emailing. This model is about using the blockchain-based infrastructure for streamlining the process. And Kyobo is not some tiny startup with 3 interns and a logo made on Canvas. Hold up. What's wrong with Canvas logos, bro? What you trying to say, bro? Coverage of the deal describes Kyobo Life as one of South Korea's largest life insurance, which is why the market actually noticed this. So why does chat care? Because this is the kind of headline XRP holders have wanted forever. Not just a blockchain is cool, not just Ripple attended a conference, not just some executive said tokenization is the future. No, this is Ripple getting tied to real institutional settlement pilot in a major market. Now, let me be careful here because I know somebody in the chat is already typing all caps. This does not automatically mean every bond in Korea runs through Ripple tomorrow. That is not what was announced. The announcement specifically centers on Ripple custody and a tokenized government bond settlement pilot. So the bullish argument is not XRP instantly replaces everything. The bullish argument is that Ripple is continuing to plant itself deeper into real financial infrastructure. And that matters because the more institutional pumping Ripple controls, the stronger the overall ecosystem story becomes. That's the grown-up take. The crypto YouTube take is, bro, they put bonds on the blockchain, so we are so back. And honestly, both statements can exist at the same time. Why this could matter for XRP. Now let's answer the question everybody really wants answered. What does this have to do with XRP? Because XRP news and XRP prices are cousins, not twins. Sometimes they move together beautifully. Sometimes they act like family members at Thanksgiving pretending they don't know each other. So here's the connection. Ripple has been expanding its infrastructure stack between simple cross-border payments. Earlier this month, on April 1st, 2026, Ripple launched a new native digital asset capabilities inside the Ripple Treasury. We're looking for dang it. Inside the Ripple Treasury, teams to create a management digital asset account with balances including XRP and RLUSD inside the same treasury structure as fiat. In plain English, Ripple is trying to make a digital asset part of normal corporate finance workflow. That matters because it shows Ripple's strategy is getting broader. Custody, treasury, infrastructure, tokenization, enterprise workflows, and institutional finance operations. So the bull case is, if Ripple keeps embedding itself into pipes of tokenization, finance, and then Ripple benefits from a stronger ecosystem, tripping. XRP, wait. Benefits from a stronger ecosystem. The narrative around Ripple's relevance, utility, and institutional reach. Now, to be fair, the direct casual line for every Ripple product to XRP price is not always immediate and obvious. Just want to post this guy to the channel real quick. And get my hashtags. It's not always obvious. Some Ripple products involve XRP directly. Others strengthen the broader company and network positioning without creating an instant number go up event. That's where people get confused. But the market doesn't always wait for perfect accounting. The market trades stories. And the story now is Ripple is no longer just the company XRP holders mention when arguing on the internet. Ripple is pushing deeper into real institutional infrastructure, and tokenized government bond settlement in South Korea is the kind of headline that feeds the narrative. That is why people are excited, not because one pilot instantly changes the whole world, but because it's another brick in the wall of institution legitimacy. Let me see. What is this? That was this guy. Oh, yeah. Let me find this real quick. Oh, yeah. Go ahead and post this guy and get back to the article. Okay. So I got that out.
So, CD, you don't have fiat.
No.
And if crypto is a game of narratives, wait a minute. Not because one pilot instantly changed the world, but because this is another brick in the wall of institutional legitimacy. If crypto is a game of narratives, then Ripple helps power government bonds. Settlement infrastructure in Korea is a much sexier narrative than that guy on Twitter says XRP to 586 because of geometry. And I must have missed that guy because I have no idea what they mean by the guy on Twitter with the XRP geometry. Keeping it moving. Boom. Trump unveils what he calls the biggest tax cut plan in history. Come on, I didn't get this.
Next year, you will also see the results of the largest tax cuts in American history that were really accomplished through our great, big, beautiful bill, perhaps the most sweeping legislation ever passed in Congress. We wrapped 12 different bills up into one beautiful bill. That includes no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. Under these cuts, many families will be saving between $11,000 and $20,000 a year, and next spring is projected to be the largest tax refund season of all time. Next year, you will also...
For some reason, I don't 100% buy that, but we'll have to wait and see. But back over to the crypto market cap. Currently, the crypto market cap is 2.5 trillion, up 0.064. CNC 20 is $154.78. Fear and greed is at neutral, and we are getting really close to greed, which is kind of strange. Altcoins is 37 out of 100. And looks like XRP is $1.45, down 0.72 on the hour, up 4.52 on the day, up 6.9 on the week. I guess we could look at it here. So $1.47, you can see here, we are pumping, guys. We are freaking pumping. We have been waiting for this. Well, I have been waiting for this for years, bro. We're still under the regular price, but we're moving up, guys. I think the high was 384, so we're down 62%, but we are pushing up today. 24-hour trading volume is 4.1 billion, up 49.21%. And let me see here what else we got. The Ledger, XRP Ledger Builder ecosystem is entering a new phase. Learn more, what's changing, and how to get involved. Is XRP being suppressed before a bigger move? When analysts think so. XRP starting to get the attention while Bitcoin continues to lead the broader market. Some analysts believe XRP could be setting up for a major move ahead of the 2026 cycle. Right now, markets under pressure. Global liquidity is tight. US PII is nearly 4%, and micro stress is keeping risk assets capped. But here's the twist. Liquidity may be already becoming back quietly, even if prices haven't reached yet. Even if the price haven't reached. Here, what could shift things? Rate cuts, more liquidity, regulation, fewer barriers for XRP utility, growing DeFi, and real use cases. In some terms, the setup is building even if the price looks slow. The idea is simple: drop before the pop, and a final shakeout could come before momentum flips bullish. With institutional slowly stepping in, XRP could be one to watch if the liquidity returns. And that was a freaking mouthful. So, who is this? Should we buy now or wait for another dip? Stewart Twins. That's a good question, actually. And I would say DCAN. It's not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. I wouldn't say sell your house or sell your kidneys or remortgage or sell your car, but I would definitely be trying to DCAN as the price continues to push up, but we'll have to wait and see. Hey fam, this is why I said who's buying the dip, rocket, red, countdown, lift off. And you're right, Mambo Land. So this is the XRP terminal. On the XRP terminal, spots up 15.3 million. Leverage is up 28.3 million. And the market's closed. So for today, wow. Bitwise is up 3.39% to $16.23. XRP Franklin Templeton is up 3.5 to $15.75. 3.5 million in today's volume. Wow. Bitwise 8.8 million in volume. Canary Capital is up 3.09 to $15.39. 1.35 million in volume. Grayscale is everything's up 3%. Is up 3.35% to $28.18. And if the way these are going, the rest of these guys are going to catch up, if not exceed Grayscale. Grayscale was the highest, and at $28, up 3%. I suspect Bitwise might catch them. 1.17 million. 21 shares. XRP's up 1.24 at $14.09 at 243K. Rex Osprey's up 2.82% at $11.48, up 133K. Turcom 2X is up 6.89% to $4.44 at 14.3 million. Volatilities 2X is up 7.10 to $46.71 to 10.3 million. Whoa. Wow. Freaking leverage is doing some volume, man. Volatility shares is up 3.35% to 8.18% to 2.0 million. Pro shares is up 6.78 to $4.25 to 1.5 million. And Amplify is up 2.15 to $14.96 at 114K 24-hour trading volume. Moving on to the XRP ledger, and it's all green. Guys, I've been looking at this every day for months. And this is the first time it is up, right? I look at this every day. I look at this every day for months. Since I found this link, I've been looking at this every single day. This is the first time in months. I'm talking about January, February, March, April. Probably since January or December. Go back and check the videos. This is the first time this has been green across the board, right? Distributed assets is 447.5 million of 17.93. RWA count is 291. Represented asset value is 1.6 billion of 7.3%. Stablecoin market cap is 449.1 million, up 12.87% over the last month. RWA holding is 38. I gotta check the video. This can't be right. This was like 12, 15 or something yesterday, right? It wasn't in the, or maybe it was 20, 50% of 20. It can't have been. It wasn't that much. It's up 46.1% over the last month. Stablecoin holders is 51.7K, up 8.3 over the last month. This number, RWA 30-day transfer volume is 101.7 million, up 885.16%. And that's crazy high as well. Stablecoin 30-day transfer is 1.7 billion, up 78. I'm telling you guys, I look at these numbers every single day or every time I make videos. There is no day since January all this has been green. So whatever happens, Things are moving, right? This might be what we're freaking waiting for. RWA is 345.8 million, up 13.3 on the month. Ondo is up 221.8 million, up 38.23 on the month. There's a green here, guys. We're keeping it moving. So the XRP radar. Let me see. We'll check this. Stick with the radar. So the XRP radar, 36.9 billion in escrow, 63 billion circulating. XRP burnt 14.3 million. RLUSD 346 million. Exchanges hold 12.2 billion. ETFs and index is 787 million. DeFi is 293.6 million. Tokenized RWA is 1.6 billion. And Treasury is 473. Not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. Get your XRP off the exchange. Get you a cold store wallet. Get you a Tangent wallet. I'm looking for my little Tangent thing. Dang it. I moved the box, I think. But yeah, get you a Tangent wallet. Dang it. Get you a Tangent wallet or a off exchange to move your XRP. You can see here, Upbit lost 6.5 million, right? They're moving it off the exchange. 38.6% of the supply is in Upbit. Binance is unchanged. I'm not even sure if this Binance, I'm not even sure if this Binance number is right. The Binance number is never moving. It ain't never up or down. They're at 16.4%. BitThumb lost 1.5 million. Big Thumb is South Korea, and so is Upbit at 12.8. Uphold is 106,000 to 12.5. BitBank is 488,000 to 4.1. CoinCheck is 71,000 at 3.9. eToro is 38,000 at 3.4. Crypto.com lost 3.7 million to 2.3. Coin won 774,000 to 2.2. And Bitflyer is down 7,000 to 1.3. They own it all. Who owns it all? They own it all. Who owns it all? Big Mouth, what are you saying, bro? Zbic serves as the fleet of the modern ship navigating current XRP Army global power. Together, they replace the rusty banks. If you already hold XRP or any other RWA token, I'll wait to retrace. To retrace. Oh, yeah. I would wait for it to make a move on the downward. This is the news article from yesterday. XRP news, 444 million Roken users can now buy and spend XRP at 5 million stores across Japan. Roken Wallet listed XRP for spot trading and payment integration on April 15th, yesterday. But XRP is the only token out of 5 listings alongside Stellar, Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Toncoin to get direct Roken Pay integration across 5 million stores in Japan. Over 3 trillion Roken points worth roughly 23 billion can now be converted into XRP, which is more than 20 times the 1 billion held across all US XRP ETFs. Oh, wow. That is right. Dang, 23 billion? A planned Roken bank integration can also open fiat to XRP conversion for 7 million banking customers by Q3 2026. Japan officially approved a bill on April 10th cutting crypto capital gains tax from 55% to a flat 20%. If that takes effect alongside the Roken integration, XRP holders in Japan could see will keep 80 cents to every dollar gained instead of 45. Dynamic that could turn casual point converters into long-term holders. Finally, you can open SoFi crypto accounts and access 25 plus cryptos without juggling apps and logins. Really, SoFi. And I guess we can come back to that as well. So much going on. I told you guys, it's going to be a matter of time before everything just explodes. Okay, let me get back to the. So, all right, now let's talk about the other half of this title, the Clarity Act. Because every time Washington starts whispering sweet regulation nothings, crypto Twitter transforms into a room full of people screaming, "This is it." Okay, just tighten up my little mic here. So keeping it moving. So what is it? The Clarity Act is a U.S. digital asset market structure bill meant to create a cleaner framework for how assets are regulated. Especially around what falls under CFTC versus SEC and how digital assets can be classified. Reuters says the bill passed the House with bipartisan support in 2025, and it is designed to create a more structured framework for digital commodities and securities. House Financial Services materials show the bill was introduced in May 2025, advanced through committees in June 2025, and passed the House in July 2025. Now, here's the important current part. As of April 2026, the final process is not done. Reuters reported last week the Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent urged Congress to pass the Clarity Act, saying the U.S. needs a clearer digital asset framework, but also noted the bill has faced delays. So, no, this is not Clarity passed. XRP explodes tomorrow. That would be fake. That would be lazy. That would be the kind of headline written by someone with 12 tabs open and zero shame. The accurate version is there is still real policy momentum, and top U.S. officials are publicly pushing for Congress to move on crypto market structure legislation. Why is that bullish for XRP? Because XRP has spent years living in the middle of regulatory confusion. Anything that involves U.S. digital asset defines clarifications more clarity and reduces jurisdiction chaos, helps the broader environment in which XRP trades. Reuters specifically noted that the Clarity Act responds to a long-standing uncertainty and conflicting legal treatment around digital assets, including Ripple-related what's that called? Litigation history. That does not mean the law equals instant moon. It means fewer gray areas, more predictable rules, more comfortable for institutions and market trends like that. So let me reset this for everyone. Ripple just made a real move in Korea involving tokenized government bond settlement. Washington is still circling crypto market structure through the Clarity Act, and the XRP holders are currently doing what they do best: open trading view, drawing diagonal lines, and saying, bro, it's all coming together. Welcome to the stream. So, yeah, let me check out a video or two. This is my main man, Stock Mo. Let's see what Stock Mo has to say.
Poppin', folks, are you high-fiving yourself? Are you getting those bear burgers? What do we got here? Right here, man. Toasting this little guy up. We got all kinds of good news happening. XRP is absolutely running like we thought it would. Remember, who told you this way back down here in these days? And then we run up. I told you a Stock Mo trio. On this candle, I said, look for the next candle to cross above. And if it does within 3 candles, we rip up to the 50. This is exactly what I've been telling you, at least at the making of this video. I'm self-high-fiving, right? So we got good things happening. The Clarity Act, we got a little bit, I don't know, do I want to call it movement? I do want to call it movement, because when you've been waiting months, almost years for a movement into the codification of the crypto clarity, we are getting closer. I got big breaking news. We got all kinds of things going on right now, but look at that beautiful candle. We are at $141. We have crossed the line, and we have a lot more to do as we go forward. So for those who have been watching and you've been a part of this, it is wild out there, and we're looking for even more as we go forward. Oh, who's out there talking? Senator Tim Scott dropping some news. We're going to cover that in this video as well. And there is so much to talk about. But the first things first, I want to make sure we all see what's going on. So here's the deal. Now, you know, my technicals have been absolute fire, and we continue to drop fire here. And they are battling over what's happening in D.C. We got Iran in the Strait of Hormuz, and they got all that going on, but yet we go higher. And I have been calling it day after day after day. We're going to call it again. Ready? So we're going to have some wild moments. You're seeing a lot of red, green. Hey, we got a little bit of green. Now, after we're up to the 50, this is normally going to be a major line in the stand for a little bit of resistance. Now, I think we take it out. It might take a few days, but I think we take it out by this weekend, and we should be running all the way back up to 144.79. That is how beautiful this should be. So I'm expecting within the next 7 days, we will be at the 144.79. And I think that's going to happen. I'm just being blunt. This is what I'm thinking because of the technicals alone. But I think it could be a few days of testing. Now, it's not going to run up and just go extremely crazy until we break a few things. A few news articles have to come out, and we need to take care of that. And that's dealing with the Clarity Act and what Tim Scott's saying, what we're hearing from others out there. There's a lot going on, and I hope you're having a good day. I appreciate all the answers down there. And I got good news. Guys, listen up. I had to go I was with Trade Coach from the Discord. We're driving around. We went to Popeye's Chicken, and I had to get gas, and my gas dropped from $4.15 a gallon to $3.99 a gallon where I'm at. $3.99 a gallon. Let me know how much it is in your place, your neck of the woods. I still had to put a boatload of money in, over $50, but man, I got the gas, and it wasn't as much. So we'll see how it goes. Now, like I said, let me know down below. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. And I want to just start out with some positivity. We're going to get into all the stuff you guys are looking for, but I am trading live today at 2 o'clock Eastern. If you're not in there, get in there. Use the first link down below. But shout out Front and Options. I see you. We talked last night. It was fantastic. One of our expert traders, 100% win. He is going to be one of our live stream teachers and coaches. He has his methods. They are fire. Moving down, more wins he had. He was sharing, so he's going to be in the earner plus tier only. So get ready, folks. If you're not upgraded, get in there. Kivu, the inconsiderate, another couple of 100% wins. Good for you. I love it. Colin Rice, the wow payout, proudly awarded. Payout amount $7,500. Let's go. Congratulations, my friend. BS9, let's go. A couple of my better plays doing okay. We're going to see if we can keep running them up. I still have them too. So that was good. Our cube in the house with the wins. What do we got here? Nice 30%er. Love seeing it moving. Lurker in there. Let's go. Jack's in the house. D-Row in the house. Arkansas Dog in there. So tons of it. And I'm going to tell you this. We only got a couple of spots left, but if you want to join and get in here, we have a 40% off code EARN. First link down below. Click this one. Get over here. You'll be here. Click it. Code EARN, E-A-R-N, gets 40% off. And after we fill up the spots, we are moving the price higher because we're bringing in tons of live traders and teachers. So get in there today. Now, let's talk business. Let's go ahead and talk. Pulled from next week's Senate schedule. It's not on there, folks. So now when you're watching this and you want to know, Mo, give me some info that's breaking. And I got you. So they released the Senate Banking Committee's schedule for next week. Guess what's not on there? Guess what's not on there by the end of the 20th or whatever it is. Chairman Tim Scott, he controls the calendar. He did not put on the Clarity Act. So he hasn't announced it. And I didn't expect him to announce it, to be honest. I was told between Wednesday and Friday was the goal, but the goal has not been met. And that, my friends, is sadly where we're looking at. But you know what old Tim Scott came out and told us? Through the little birdies, through the little people, through little announcements, through Fox TV, all this and more I'm hearing. We got right here, Chairman Scott cited 3 issues holding up the markup vote. Now, you guys know the one issue. We've been talking about this issue. I feel like I'm down at the creek. I'm fly fishing for some brown trout or some rainbows, and we got a light Cahill on there, and we're just having fun. And of course, it starts to rain. And it always seems like one of them kind of things, right? Well, here's the deal. We think we got that markup vote done. Everything, I shouldn't say markup vote, but the stablecoin yields kind of agreed upon. We're having fun, and it rains. In other words, it's still an issue. He said finalizing the stablecoin rewards yield dispute between traditional banks and crypto firms. They're still fighting. They are still fighting, and they have to resolve outstanding decentralization finance DeFi provisions. They're getting that finalized. These are the 3 things he said. Aligning all Republican committee members on the final text. I thought that was a slam dunk. We know that they're going to be pro-crypto, but they're still getting them aligned. They're not all on board yet. So they're waiting on the final draft, and this is the problem, okay? The procedural roadblock right now, they got to get the markup date. They cannot be scheduled until Senator Tom Tillis releases the finalized compromise text regarding stablecoin yields. Senate rules dictate that the bill's text must be publicly available for 48 hours before a markup session can begin. Tillis is expected to release the draft, guess when? This week. They're going to try to release the draft this week, and that starts the 48-hour clock. Once the 48-hour clock starts, then we get closer to, hey, it's been 2 days. Can he schedule it now, Mo? Yes. So the odds are we're going to wait and see this, see how it goes. But what I am hearing, all right, pressure's mounting. The May deadline is no joke. It really is no joke. It's not some made-up deadline. We get to summer break, the odds of this passing should collapse almost near zero because it's that they're going to be attacking each other. It's just how it works. But pressure is mounting on the legislative window. They want to get it done. Senator Loomis warned that if the bill doesn't advance soon, it will most likely be dead till 2030. Now, I don't know where that came from because they can still do a lame duck session. They can do it in 2077. You can do it again, but they might not bring it back, though, for years. Senator Bernie Morano, similar stated that if the legislation doesn't meet the Senate floor by May, if it's not on that floor by May, it's likely going to be shelved for the rest of this year. Now, that sounds more like what I was thinking. The odds on Poly Market. Do I even have the Poly Market? Let's pull up the Poly Market. We're going to pull up a lot of stuff here. Yeah, there we go. So we got the Poly Market. It's at 59% right now. And I'm telling you guys some good stuff. I'm hitting you with the good information. And here's the deal. Despite the procedural delays, all right, get this. We got all kinds of issues, but the White House crypto advisor, Patrick Witt, signaled a little bit of confidence this week, stating he is encouraged. He's encouraged by the progress. He confirmed that the hard-fought compromise on stablecoin yields, which bans passive yields but allows for activity-based rewards tied to transactions, appears durable. It appears durable, and that many issues that previously felt unresolvable, unsolvable, undoable, they have been bridged, and they're getting there. So now at the end of this day, they are expecting something. Here it is. Chairman Scott said he is estimating that it's going to probably take another 2 weeks to resolve the three things I told you: the stablecoin yield, the outstanding decentralized finance, DeFi stuff, and aligning the Republicans to get on board. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So 2 weeks is what? Well, it's the end of April. That's what I'm thinking. They're going to announce this thing. If they don't got it announced by the end of April, in my opinion, I think we are doing a rider. It's not going to get done. They couldn't get it done. And don't forget about old Senator Warren. Warren. That's both of them. There's two of them, the DeFi and all that. So Senator Warren, who wants to have the ethics stuff on there, which we've been talking about. Hey, let the senators trade crypto, stocks, and everything on insider information. They've been doing it for 250 years. Why stop now, right? Why stop now? Let them do their thing. Let them make millions and billions of dollars off those that don't have that information. Why stop now? Well, don't make a big deal out of it. You know, hey, you've been doing it forever, right? Isn't that the pill we're all supposed to take? No, let's go ahead and get that thing taken care of, but not on this bill. It needs to be a separate bill covering everything: crypto, stocks, options, real estate, whatever you're affecting. You shouldn't be able to do it. Neither should your staff. Neither should your family. Anybody that has insider information and uses it should go to jail, bar none. And that's the truth. So yeah, that's my take on it. Do you believe that the senators, and their staff, that's the $1 million one. They said high level. They're basically attacking the president and some of the senators. But do you believe everybody, all the senators, all the people in the House, all their staff, and the family of said staff and the family of said senators and congressfolk should not be allowed, including the president, should not be allowed to trade? Yes or no in the comments. Give me your opinion. I want it again, because I'm doing a video where we talk about this, and I'm looking at a lot of the comments. So I appreciate it. And of course, let me know how much your gas is, man. $3.99 a gallon. You believe I'm celebrating that? 6 weeks ago, it was $2.89 where I was at. Unfreaking real. So I'm looking at everything. We got the weekly charts. We got a lot going on. I just want to show you this beautiful candle. This is XRP on the beautiful candle. It came all the way down. We're hitting down here. We're starting to move back up. And on the weekly candle, not really a lot to look at. You're not really excited. You know, we had the bottom. We kind of rounded out. And now we're coming back up. I'll be blunt. The big line I really want to see taken out on the weekly candle and then confirmed above is 145. This is 144.98. So we need 145, and we need above 145, basically 146 to get this thing, get my blood pumping. That does it. Right now on the daily, like I said, it's changing as we go. On the daily, we are at 140.86 and dropping in 5 and 4 and 3. Look at it. It's like a countdown. And 2. Let's not get that countdown. And 3, it's going back up. And 4, let's go. So you're going to see these bounces, and there's no guarantee this is going to hold. But right now, there's a real nice bullish run. This was the wick up I told everybody. And that's how we play it when we play the options. I'll be trading today at 2 o'clock and teaching. If you're not in the Discord, it's time to take it to the next level with all the expert traders, the live traders, all of it and more. We are on fire. We are on fire. We got a huge amount of info in there now, and the live traders. This is the best Discord you're ever going to see. It has the education, and I'm excited to see how it goes, man. And if you've been a part, you need to come back, because this is pure fire. And we got big things in store moving forward on top of it with the prediction markets, some other things. Like, it's crazy what we got in store for everybody. And once we do it, the price goes through the roof. So you can get in now and lock it in with the 40% off code EARN. This is what we're watching. I told you we're going to go up. We're going to come down and retest the 50. We're there now. If we go sideways for a few days, actually get excited because that's just consolidation. Then I would expect just a crushing of move higher. And on top of that, we're at 56 on the RSI. Beautiful RSI. Nice volume over the last few days. So we'll see how it goes. The 5's coming up. What we want to do is rip up to 144, 145, get up to there. Let this 5 cross up here and just celebrate as we do. But right now, like I said, we got up there, 141.6 and back down. So I don't lose too much sleep over that. We just don't want to have to come back under this line right here. So with that push up, we don't want to end red under 139. We want to keep it above the 139. Nice green candle here is good, and we go from there. But if that happens, look out. You're going to want to subscribe to this channel and hit that like because I'm going to be updating where we go next. If you have not done it, get over here. First link down below. I am going to be live. We have other live traders. We got new people signing up.
So shout out to Stock Mo, and as he says, I guess that is what is going on. But let's check this guy out. Malt Media.
Have a great day out there. We've got some breaking news on the Clarity Act. I want to get that out on your radar. Brand new approval with the SEC and CFTC. Yet to hear many talk about, want to discuss in this video. We're going to show you a clip with what's going on with the XRPL and Mastercard. On top of that, a brand new partnership that Ripple just got, some community updates and more. If you do like talking about Ripple and XRP, drop X in the comment section, smash that like button, give us a big thumbs up. Let's get into a lot to cover in this video, guys, in this quick video. But I want to start in talking about what's going on with XRP right now, sitting at $1.42, just under 3% in price action upward here today. Not a massive pop, but what we are seeing is a lot of volume come into the market. XRP specifically seeing almost 60%, just under 4 billion in volume, a substantial amount of volume. The hard hitters out there, of course, being Binance and Coinbase, seeing about 20 million a pop, just under 20 million a pop. So things are heating up. Why is that? Well, we've got a lot of optimism based off certain things that are being said, which we're going to discuss in just a moment. But looking also at the XRP ETFs, the spots that have that underlying asset, XRP, which is, of course, what we want to focus on because that puts direct demand on the supply of XRP. Right now, here today, we're seeing just over 11 billion. So seeing some nice volumes come in. And below, guys, if you want to check out xpmarket.com, that's who I use. It's absolutely free resource. I don't work for them or anything, but I'll put that in the description if you guys want to take a look day to day, daily, what's going on with these XRP ETFs. But I did see here today, CoinDesk put out analysis. XRP, check this out, leads the top 10 by market cap with a 4% gain in the past 24 hours. A spot ETF inflows hit 17.6 million just yesterday on Wednesday, right? Bringing the inflows to 1.25 billion. We recently did a video a few days ago and talking about what's happening with the XRP ETF inflows versus what's been happening with the Bitcoin ETF inflows, and we are seeing inflows in a big way for these XRP ETFs versus what we've seen going on with the Bitcoin ETFs. Now, why is XRP trending today? Uphold put out here today because seemingly everyone is talking about XRP right now. Just yesterday, Solana was all over XRP. Everyone was all over XRP. And in this market, it does feel like we are getting extremely close, guys. And we have a lot of optimism out there right now because CoinDesk putting out here today insight, negotiations on the Clarity Act have narrowed to just 2 to 3 unresolved issues, with a Senate staffer describing the draft as, quote, very close per a JP Morgan report. More on this. JP Morgan says the Clarity Act is almost done. Controversial issues cut from 12 down to just 2 to 3. Stablecoin rewards debate is finally, quote, progressing well. SEC versus CFTC jurisdiction, DeFi rules, stablecoin clarity is coming. The market isn't ready for what happens when this passes. Put XAIF crypto, give them a follow on X. Let me know in the comment section below. Where do you stand on this Clarity Act? Do you think it's going to get passed? Do you think it's going to add for volume, for capital to come in this market? Now, spoiler alert, I did a video with Apex Crypto, which I'm going to release here later today. It is a little blurry on my camera. After I recorded, I noticed that it was a little blurry on my camera, but it's really good conversation that we had. He's does a great job in this community, the XRP community, and just researching crypto in general, does a fantastic job. So I sat down with him yesterday and did a little under a half-hour interview, which again I'll release here later today. But we talked about this in terms of the Clarity Act, and he is of the same mindset. We don't absolutely necessarily have to have the Clarity Act to see price appreciation, to see liquidity flow into this market. We know what's coming with the new Fed chair, which I do believe is going to be incredibly bullish for all markets, in hopes that he starts cutting interest rates. Now, U.S. Crypto Clarity Act discussions nearly complete. That's what Coin Bureau put out here today. JP Morgan analysts say negotiations around the Clarity Act are, quote, nearing a breakthrough as lawmakers resolve key disputes over stablecoin rewards and agency oversight. On top of that, with the partnership I was talking about here earlier in the intro, Exodus Wallet expands native XRP and XRP ledger support in partnership with Ripple, adding in-wallet tools for managing XRP and RLUSD directly within the self-custody platform. Gotta love to see it. Now, I wanted to show you guys this clip, a little over 2.5 minutes, with Mastercard and XRPL being the focus here. Odella Tortman, fintech and digital finance specialist, formerly an IFC World Bank Director of Corporate Adoption, XRPL Commons, and Christian Rue at Mastercard, discuss bringing direct settlement and RLUSD to the Mastercard network. The bridge between TradFi and Web3 just got a whole lot stronger. Put out Bank XRP here today.
Engaged in this. So from one side, you enable your merchants to use stablecoin as a means of payments. From the others, you also enable direct settlements on different types of stablecoins, like the RLUSD, for example. You want to maybe share a bit more about that project?
Yeah, that's right. And I know there's different schools of thought. Some people say the future will be wallet-to-wallet direct connections, which for sure there's a lot of space for that. We, however, believe that the power of the network that we bring in terms of 150 million acceptance location, 3.8 billion cards, plugging in stable coins into this system is the best of both worlds in that sense. So think about stable coins as just another settlement currency within our network that again brings certain benefits that fiat currencies do not allow today. The XRP example is we work with Gemini, one of our most sort of prominent crypto partners in the US, and we explore with them to settle their card flows in RLUSD. So we look at bringing this to life still in the first half of this year, and we are very excited about that.
Absolutely, and that's also extremely exciting given some of the features of the XRP ledger, right, that were designed from inception to support a lot of these cross-border transactions of digital assets and different types of stablecoins as well. So that is really exciting. I think also Mastercard has such a unique reach, right, in terms of countries and partners and merchants. And you've also recently launched the Mastercard Partners Network, right? You want to maybe share a bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. As mentioned, partnerships are essential to us because there's rarely things that we do ourselves end-to-end, right? We work with issuers, we work with acquirers, we work with so many tech platforms and different companies in between. And for us, the Global Crypto Partnership Program is a way to basically cast a very wide net to partner with the best companies in the industry to get together advanced, safe, simple, secure payments in a very sustainable manner.
Absolutely. We see this 100% as a strategic partnership between the XRP Ledger and Mastercard, and are truly looking forward to further develop and design more use cases, more applications, and more solutions to really serve the wider ecosystem. So thank you, Christian, for being with us, and looking forward to our panel soon. Thank you.
Thanks, Aditya. I appreciate it.
Now, on top of that, guys, the approval I was talking about in the intro earlier that I have yet to hear Benny really talk about. I got to give a shout out to Diana. She's been absolutely killing it, putting a lot of good stuff out there, a lot of good content, a lot of good information out there, put out just in. Wanted to share this. CFTC and SEC jointly approved new rule for U.S. Treasuries. And yes, this matters for Ripple too, she writes. The CFTC and SEC just made a rare joint move to upgrade how the U.S. Treasury market works, making it more liquid and more efficient. It directly impacts crypto. Check it out. Capital requirements reduced through cross-margining. Risk management becomes more efficient. Treasury market becomes stronger and smoother. Now, here's the part most people are missing. Ripple's XRPL already hosts tokenized U.S. Treasuries. A major example is Ondo, OUSG, live on the XRPL and accessible 24/7 using RLUSD. So when the underlying treasury market gets upgraded, tokenized treasuries on the XRPL become cheaper to operate, infrastructure becomes stronger, institutional adoption becomes easier. This is how TradFi upgrades flows directly into crypto. You should put US Treasuries, tokenization, XRPL. Now, guys, lastly, in community updates, I'm going to have the free Telegram link below. Check us out. It's Team X. Talk about crypto each and every day. Just know I will never direct message you. I'm going to have that video with Apex Crypto, the interview we did coming out here later today. I Trust Capital below. I'm going to have them. Institutional grade custody, which is absolutely free there. No monthly fees. The most competitive fees for trading in the business at just 1%. I use them myself. Get yourself a crypto Roth IRA. You're going to save yourself a ton of money on taxes. And someone was asking.
So shout out to multimedia. We're going to go on over to Crypto Sensei and shut it down.
Garlinghouse was just in Washington, D.C., sitting down with key senators about the Clarity Act. We have a brand new update here. We're going to go through the latest information so you are completely caught up. Let's go ahead and first get into this Brad Garlinghouse stuff. Then we got Eleanor Terrett with an update. We also have Senator Tim Scott on Fox News. This was yesterday. Plus, we see Jamie Dimon now commenting on Clarity, and we're going to discuss what Clarity could mean for the XRP community. So let's start here. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. The fight has been worth it after a day in D.C. with conversations with Senator Hagerty, Bernie Moreno, Senator Tim Scott, Senator John Boozman, and Patrick Witt, and the stage at Semaphore World Economic Summit. I know we are closer than ever. So he's sitting down with these key leaders, in Congress and the Senate, as well as this is Patrick Witt, who we always get updates from. He's the key crypto advisor inside of the White House. And so Brad Garlinghouse also celebrated 11 years at Ripple yesterday. My hat's off to Brad. Congratulations on 11 years. We are thankful to have somebody like this leading the way in the XRP space. And I think Ripple is very lucky to have this man. Who knows where we would be without Brad Garlinghouse? And, one day we are going to interview Brad. We're going to put it out there into the world. All right, so here's the update from Eleanor Terrett on what's going on. We do have the new Fed chair, his nomination. This is Kevin Warsh's nomination. Hearing is set for Tuesday. A Senate banking markup on the Clarity Act is likely to slip in the final week of April and potentially into the second week of May, depending on how quickly the remaining issues can be resolved. The Banking Committee Chair Tim Scott released next week's schedule and did not mention a Clarity Act markup, sparking fears on social media that the bill could die if it doesn't get voted on by the end of the month. But Paradigm's VP of Regulatory Affairs Justin Slaughter pushed back on that idea, saying that there's the actual time crunch doesn't begin until after Memorial Day. So senators still have roughly 6 to 7 weeks to move the Clarity Act out of the Senate Banking Committee and cross the Senate floor. Now, we did talk about this yesterday in the live chat. They do have about 12 to 13 weeks left, realistically, senators do, to get this thing over the line. Now, we don't want to wait to the last minute because I think that would give everybody less sleep. And we're already dealing with, we want to see this done, right? I think there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. And I think this is a key part of keeping America at the forefront of innovation. Without this, other countries will, in fact, take the lead, have already taken the lead. And I think all of this will kind of be kind of the bunt of a joke after that. And so it is really important to get this thing done. All right, where things stand right now, Senate Banking Committee members and staff are adding finishing touches to the bill. Key areas that are still under discussion include ethics and tokenization, according to sources involved in the negotiations, suggesting that thornier issues like DeFi and stablecoin yield have largely been resolved. Senator Tom Tillis told Politico on Monday he's aiming to release text outlining the stablecoin yield compromise reached between banks and crypto firms this week, though crypto in America has learned timing could shift depending on the markup and when it is scheduled. Now, we haven't seen what this language even says or what this new text says. And, retail really hasn't had a chance here to discuss and go through it to make sure that the bill hasn't seen any drastic changes since the last text, and the ethics could come into sharper focus. So the conversation around ethics in crypto could be an issue here that is left unresolved. The recent public dispute between Tron founder Justin Sun and the Trump family-backed World Liberty Financial. Sun and early investors in the World Liberty Financial platform have accused the company of misleading investors and isn't yet clear on whether Democratic senators pushing for stricter ethics provisions, including Adam Schiff, will use this episode to bolster their case. While some on social media lamented the delay of the Clarity Act markup, others welcomed indications that there would be the new Fed Chair Warsh maybe more bullish on crypto than we previously thought. According to his 69-page financial disclosure, Warsh holds over 100 million in assets, including early stage investments in roughly a dozen crypto and blockchain companies through the venture fund structures. That makes him more likely one of the wealthiest Fed chair nominees in history, and certainly among the closest ties to digital assets. So that could be really great. Some of Warsh's investments include DeFi lending platform Compound, decentralized exchange DY on Solana, and Ethereum scaling networks like Optimism and Blast. Nothing about XRP. Now, I wanted to show you this here. Of course, this is Senator Tim Scott. He is the one who's in charge of the banking committee, where the bill is currently kind of, I don't know if stuck is the right word, but it's kind of stuck there until they get it passed and unstuck. So let's go ahead and listen to what he has to say.
I want to get your take on the Clarity Act. The text bans passive yield on stablecoin balances, permits only narrowly defined activity-based rewards. And, we want to understand here, Tillis is also reportedly aiming to release a draft resolving the stablecoin yield dispute. Where are you on this? Should crypto platforms be able to pay rewards to individuals and companies that move money onto the crypto platforms in the form of stablecoin or cash or whatever? And if they were to do that, is that going to cause people to take money out of traditional deposit accounts in the banks?
Well, the White House came out with a report just recently that suggested quite the opposite would be the case, that we have not seen any savings accounts leak into stable coins. We actually saw an increase in the number of dollars put into savings accounts since the third quarter of last year. I wanted to dig into those numbers to make sure that I understood and appreciated the reality versus the fiction of the flight of savings deposits. We haven't seen that, to be honest with you, since the passage of the Genius Act. So the question really is, what's the real issue? And the real issue is fear. Sometimes they say fear, false evidence appearing real. That's a fact today. We have not seen the leakage that people have talked about, but what we will see is America remaining the dominant economy on the planet. We have to embrace not only the digital asset conversation, we have to embrace the future of finance in the world, and that requires us to have a conversation about the future being here in America first. And we need to be the most dominant economy in the world. It requires us to have a serious conversation about crypto firms being domiciled here, founders creating the next big thing in America, and we're going to get that done.
So when do you expect the markup of Clarity?
Yeah.
Well, I won't be as clear on that as I was on Kevin Warsh, because there are three major components that need to be solved. Number one, the rewards issue. I believe we'll have that solved within the next 2 weeks. And number two, we got to make sure that the DeFi piece is in place. And I believe that that is almost as close as the rewards piece. And then number three, we need to make sure that every single Republican's on the same page at the same time. And frankly, I think that takes another couple of weeks for us to get there as well. So I'm optimistic that as we head into summer, we'll be done with the issue of the Clarity Act and we'll be moving on to other.
Now we're in the summer, guys. You see the timeline, how it keeps getting pushed back? It doesn't even sound like they have every Republican on side right now with the Clarity Act, which I thought it was a little strange when I heard that clip. Let me know what you guys think below. You would think that everybody would be on side to get this over the line, since this was a key promise from Trump to his followers and supporters and to America. And, you know, if Republicans are not on side altogether, there's just no way you're going to get this done, right? Because you already need several Democrats to cross over and vote for this. And if you don't even have all, 50 something Republicans, this is not going to get done. All right. John Gillian, and this is the host of Milk Road LG, talking about Jamie Dimon actually making a shift here. I made some positive comments on digital assets. Let me go ahead and play it.
Yeah, and I think that it's something that hasn't really been felt by retail. And this is why we are continuing to see this huge gulf between this historic institutional bull run in digital assets and the huge, let's say, long-standing apocalyptic sentiment among retail investors. But, just a couple of things, right? So I'll say the biggest one that sticks out to me is Jamie Dimon made some positive comments on digital assets, on crypto, which is one of the first times he's done that publicly. And I think that the big signal there is, he's obviously the CEO of the largest bank in America. And that's a big sign to me that some kind of negotiation has been done, a deal has been made, something has been reached behind the scenes around the Clarity Act negotiations and, these negotiations over stablecoin yield and other things. So that to me was a positive sign that we might see forward progress on the Clarity Act here sometime soon in the coming weeks, which I think is really important to do if we want to get a bill passed through Congress this term of Congress, this session of Congress. So I think that's very positive.
All right, a little bit more stuff I want to show you here. Now, the Clarity Act, what kind of positive impact will it have on XRP? According to BitTrue, the momentum behind the Clarity Act gives XRP a regulatory edge. And so key metrics comparison table, and it does have category as XRP, it has HBAR, has XDC network, and it says regulatory edge, Clarity Act momentum on the XRP ledger, and RLUSD as the New York Department of Financial Services regulated. They'll say here on Hedera, ISO 20022 council model equals high enterprise trust. And then of course it does talk about 2026 narratives, payments plus stablecoins, flywheel plus XRP FI yields emerging. I wanted to get a little bit more information. If the Clarity Act passes in its current form, it could essentially lock in XRP as a digital commodity in US law and remove the biggest regulatory overhang and open the door for full-scale institutional and banking use of Ripple's tech in the United States. It doesn't guarantee that every bank will suddenly flip the switch on XRP, but it finally removes the legal excuse for sitting on the sidelines and lets businesses have the decision to drive adoption instead of fear of the SEC. Now, you did get the SEC and the CFTC to give some clear guidance on what is a digital commodity and these types of things. Banks still want to see clarity get passed. That is going to be an important step here. From what I've seen, their banks are still hesitant to use crypto in their infrastructure until that actually gets over the line. Now, the bill would codify XRP status as a digital commodity in a federal statute, building on the 2025 court outcome and the March 2026 SEC and CFTC joint release that already treated XRP as a commodity in practice. That means the future SEC chairs could not easily relitigate XRP as a security. Changing it would require a new act of Congress. And also says likelihood that the US banks will actually use XRP. Multiple analysis and news pieces state that once XRP's commodity status is locked in, US banks can integrate XRP into their full payment rails and cross-border transactions using Ripple's platform. Commentary from Brad Garlinghouse in industry media is that Ripple's existing businesses doesn't change much, but the act opens the door for US banks and global banks with a big US footprint to participate without legal fear. It does talk about institutional capital, ETFs, and market structure. Analysts expect that permanent commodity classification plus clear market structure could unlock large-scale institutional flows. Pensions, issuers, sovereigns, and large asset managers who are constrained by compliance and mandate language around securities With XRP formerly in the commodity bucket, U.S. exchanges and custodians can expand listings, derivatives, and structured products, including the possibility of spot XRP ETFs without the legal gray area. So this is maybe where BlackRock or maybe even Morgan Stanley could come in with their own XRP spot products. Some coverage even frames the combination of Clarity and Ripple's U.S. banking ambitions as a dual force, where regulatory clarity plus infrastructure, custody, prime brokerage, and treasury service create a full institutional stack around XRP. It does talk about direct effects on Ripple's business and strategy. Ripple has been positioning for this. Reports say they spent around $3 billion in 2023 on acquisitions and custody, since 2023, prime brokerage and treasury enterprise services, anticipating a U.S. regulatory shift. Ripple's U.S. banking license efforts and potential Fed access would plug RippleNet XRP liquidity into core U.S. financial plumbing once its regulatory side is settled. You also have U.S. clarity on XRP becomes the template for other jurisdictions, strengthening the argument that XRP is a neutral commodity-like settlement asset for tokenized real-world assets, cross-border payments, and capital markets infrastructure. Other U.S. tokens named as commodities in the same interpretive and legislative frameworks could see some similar institutional unlocks, but XRP is often highlighted as one of the main direct winners because it already has payment and liquidity use cases. There's also this clip here of Patrick Witt on CoinDesk, the recent interview.
And some talks of new draft text that both sides are not completely happy with, but are willing to move forward. We haven't really seen that draft text. Can you give us any insight into that text, into any of the conversations that have been happening that you've been a part of?
Yeah, so it's to protect the process. The senators have solicited input from all the key stakeholders on the crypto side, on the bank side. So everyone that needs to see the text has seen it and has had an opportunity, multiple opportunities to engage with it, offer inputs. And I think the senators are doing their final stakeholder input solicitation. And then when the time is right to release that text, probably in conjunction with the rest of the bill, they will do that. But we're hopeful that the compromise that has been reached will be durable and will hold, because that was a major issue that obviously was not the only one, but was the major one that caused the markup to come down in January. So solving that was a must-have before we could get on to the other outstanding issues. So I've quickly pivoted to that, and we're hopeful that we can also close those out.
Love that. All right. And then one last clip here. This is Paul Barron and the head of digital asset innovation at Franklin Templeton on Clarity.
I think the Clarity Act, if it gets passed and when it gets passed, is going to really open up the digital channels even more, because right now, there's still prohibitions about distributing traditional investment products to these channels. Once you can start to get some traditional investment products into this wallet-based ecosystem, you start to diversify crypto profits that many of these younger investors have built up. Huge. Gives them even more ability to build wealth for the long term.
What was that B-roll? Like, what is that? I don't even know who edited that, but that wasn't great. All right, guys, listen, I will leave it there. Let me know what you think about all of this. Obviously, it does still feel like clarity is up in the air. It's great to see Brad Garlinghouse meeting with key industry leaders. I mean, having a seat at the table really matters. You don't see the head of Solana at a table like this, sitting down with the most powerful senators, in the Senate. And these are all of the decision makers. These are the people that have all of the power. And Brad Garlinghouse is sitting right there at the end of the table, right? There you go, Brad. There you go. Brad is the man of the year, Brad Garlinghouse. He's got my vote. All right, guys, I'll see you. Aloha.
So shout out to Crypto Sensei. And this is my main man, Oscar, and we'll call it a night.
Oh boy, you know what that means. Green. The war is coming to an end.
So what's actually happening, AC, and what caused the mini pump today? Usually news brings it down. Black Ant, the pump was caused by this update, which is major. Ripple partnered with Korea's Kyobo Life to tokenize government bond settlements. That's a big announcement. It's more more actual information than hype, right? This is a major partnership that is going to push XRP forward. But let's finish this and then I'll close it down for the day.
There's a few why we're pumping, right? I mean, because there's news, there's a few things I want to show you. Really happy. It's good. It's a good sign, right? Here's the why, right? We've been waiting such a long time, and this is nothing to be surprised of. We're not that up, like 5%. It's not a lot, but I'm looking at BTCC right now. Oh, that looks just so sexy. If you are in the XRP army, you gotta join BTCC immediately because we're gonna give you a chance to compete for 2,500 XRP. On top of that, how about up to 30,000 USDT as a new user? On top of that, how about if you join me on the F1 race? 3 days left. You're gonna see all those links down below. You got a bunch of things down below that you have to act soon. Justin Fox Business says banks are upset with Coinbase because they were forced to accept Clarity Act. Clarity Act is coming. It's coming, everybody. We have, Trump says the U.S. next meeting with Iran may take place over the weekend. That is looking very good that we're going to make a deal with Iran. Pump it. And I posted just a couple minutes ago because you know me, all XRP haters. And guess who's posting? The haters. Because they obviously are pretty upset to see us win. Iran has agreed to almost everything, right? Honestly, fam, it's a nice change and mix of emotions, right? You know me that we are very bullish and we've been buying the dip, that we've been holding the dip. 75,000 BTC, not bad. Bitcoin dominance right now is coming down a little bit, which means that altcoins are moving more. Why don't we go ahead and open CoinMarketCap right now? Who is winning? Let me go back here, zoom out. 2,500 still raved down, winning in the last 7 days. It went to 11, then back to 19, 17, then down to 16. There's a lot of things. Siren with 1.1 billion there, or 122%. Altcoins are moving. Meme Core, we got our Arbitrum Pengu. Let's go Pengu, pump please, because I need money. I'm holding Pengu. Pepe, we got Jupiter, extra Shiba Inu, which is not bad. We need altcoins to revive right now. We need altcoins to do something. And hey, I'm here watching, right? I'm here ready. Start putting your positions right now. Start getting that volume up because we need to send it. A few more days. And I think it's looking pretty good. If we go back to XRP right now and we start going back the weekend, per week, fam. Check this out. This is one of the greatest demonstrations that things are happening. The last 2 weeks, absolutely boring. You see that candle? Open, close, end it, start it. Like literally consolidation at 130. But as soon as we're hearing some more insights that things are getting better, the candle speaks for itself. The candle speaks for itself. And we're going to be passing 150, maybe this week, maybe tonight. As always, guys, my disclaimer, I think everybody knows by now, not a financial advisor. Always put the money that you want to invest, that you're willing to lose, right? That's the rule in crypto. And we are going from 112, the beginning of February, all the way to 146. We came all the way to 161, came down because of all the mess, Iran, the war. But I mean, needless to say, it just gives you more time to accumulate at the end of the day. Cryptos are exploding. Cryptos are doing really well. It's exciting, man, to see all of this. Clarity Act is moving a lot. I'm going to go back to the main page and tell you throwbacks. Oh, that's when he said that he told me mortgage Mar-a-Lago and buy Bitcoin in Vegas 2025. If there's no deal, fighting resumes. So you can, right? we're close to a deal, but if they don't do it, we're gonna back to bombing and stuff like that. You just have to be smart. Things are the way they are, right? So far, Trump is there answering some questions. He's not gonna be, giving a major speech today. Maybe later in the week. He was talking. Actually, I missed it, but he was talking to CFTC chair Michael. So there's some clips there that you're gonna find today. It's pretty good. Very exciting, guys. I mean, it's good. It's good. There's more comments from Trump. As you know, epic fury and now economic fury, right? So this weekend, take a look at what he said. Why not?
And it's looking very good that we're going to make a deal with Iran, and it's going to be a good deal. It's going to be a deal with no nuclear weapons.
When is the next in-person round of negotiations on the war in Iran? When will
They're
that
all
take place?
important. I mean, it's not a question of Iran. All of them are
When will
important.
the next in-person
Probably,
meeting take
maybe
place?
over the weekend.
Will you send the vice president? Will you send the vice
Just so you
president?
understand, the blockade has been incredible. It's held. They're not doing any business. They're unable to do any business because of the blockade. And so the combination of having no Navy, having no Air Force, having no anti-aircraft equipment, they have nothing. Everything is gone, including their leaders. Now they have a new set of leaders, and we find them very reasonable.
And then the president wants a 20-year minimum to stop enriching uranium.
And it's looking very good that we're going to make a deal with them.
A deal. We gotta make a deal. I'm so excited. Also, I want to give once again props to, and I love these guys. Shout out to iTrust Capital, guys. I'm partner of the channel, friends of the channel. So links down below if you guys want to sign up with my link, get some bonus, and kind of put yourself in a great position long term, right? The link is down there. You just kind of hold through them, Patreon, the whole deal. But you're really trying, to make it happen and break it in. This is a really good sign. We're still in this square. I'm going to bring my rectangle. I mean, you can already tell that we're still here, right? But this is a major consolidation line. We are going to go back to the levels that we had. Look, this is the weekly candle, man. Look at all the time of all the struggle. You're buying, you're going in at the very beginning of this equation. So early. And the best is yet to come. Thanks for watching, guys. Just wanted to give you the good news. And of course, pump it up. Peace.
All right, guys, I'm tripping. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, let's get back to the money, guys, and stay dangerous. It's your main man, BTM, signing out. Ripple new Korea move is not just noise, it's a partnership with Kyobo Life and a pilot South Korea's first tokenized government bond settlement on the blockchain is exactly the kind of institutional headline that gives Ripple more credibility in the tokenized conversation. At the same time, Clarity Act is still matters because the markets are desperate for clearer U.S. framework and digital assets. The bill already passed the House, and officials are still publicly pushing Congress to move it forward, even though it has not fully crossed the final finish line. So, no, this is not a guarantee of an instant liftoff, but yes, this is the kind of combo that can keep XRP narrative hot. Real world financial institution infrastructure and better regulatory odds. This is why the story matters. This is why XRP holders are paying attention. And this is why, for once, the hype actually has something solid underneath it. Smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you on the next one. And as always, thanks for joining. And your main man BTM is out. Miners out.